Good morning, friends. Happy Tuesday. So you need to have your packets out in front of you so we can work together in those. Now, the first thing that you're supposed to do in your packet is all about a story called The Dot, okay? So there's a link in the list of your things that you need to do today. You need to click that YouTube video and watch the story, The Dot. It's a really good one. I think you're really gonna like it. So once you've finished watching The Dot, there's this page right here that you have to do today. And it's all about comparing and contrasting. So we've talked about this just a little bit since we've been in first grade. But we're going to take two different things first. Before we talk about the different people in the story, we're going to compare and contrast something else. So today we're going to compare and contrast dogs and cats. Now this right here is called a Venn diagram. Repeat after me. Venn diagram. Venn diagram. Great. So when I do a Venn diagram, I use these because I'm going to compare them. I'm going to figure out what's the same, and then I'm going to contrast them. I'm going to figure out what's different. So you see how both of these are circles and they overlap right here. So in the middle is where I'm going to put all the things that are the same about dogs and cats. So can you think of something that they're the same? They're both pets. Good. They're both alive, right? They both have fur. Good. We're going to stop right there. I put they're all pets, they're alive, and they have fur. Now, those are all the things that they have in common. They are the same. We're comparing them, okay? Now we're going to contrast them, and we need to figure out what's different. So how are dogs different than cats? Let's think. Dogs go on walks, right? Do cats go on a lot of walks? Go on walks. What do cats like to do? Instead of going on walks, cats like to take naps, right? Now, you don't have to be writing any of this down. If you want to, that's fine. But I just wanted to show you because you're going to have to do the same thing on your paper. Do you see those two Venn diagrams? Yeah, so you're going to do the same thing. So I wanted to practice. You see that I put take naps right under cats, but really they do both, right? Dogs take naps too, so we could put take naps in the middle. Let's think of something that's just cats do. They meow. Good. What sound do they make? They meow. And dogs, they bark. So I can put that over there. So something that only cats do, they meow. Something only dogs do, they bark. Now these are all the things they've done. They both do. So for example, we need to compare and contrast this story, The Dot, and how they are alike and different. So here's your example, right? This one's already done for you. This is the one you have to do for me right here. Okay, so put a star right here because this is the paper, this is the Venn diagram you have to complete. So let's look at what they did in this first one. They said that Vashti, he paints dots, okay? So they paint dots. She paints dots. And now her teacher frames art. So did her teacher paint the dots? No. Does she frame the art? No. So we can't put that in the middle because this is what she does. She paints the dots and her teacher frames the art. So you need to tell me something that she does down here and then something the boy does down here and then something that they both do right in the middle. So again, draw a little line in the middle and write same. Because this is where they do the same thing. It goes in this dot right there. So what did she do in the story? Just tell me something. What did the boy do in the story? And what did they both do? Okay. All right. If you have any questions on that, let me know. Okay. So your next page you're going to do is this words to know page. Let's talk about all of these in sign language real fast. So your first one is the word bear. Show me some bear claws. Can you show me your bear claws? Ready, set, go. Yeah. Now turn them to your body and scratch, scratch, scratch. Bear. Very good. Your next one is the word studied. Like if we had to study for a test, and if you look, all of my words have ED on the end, which means I did it when? Right now or in the past? Yeah, in the past, I did it a long time ago. All right, or I could have done it a few minutes ago, but if it's in the past and it's already done, that's when I add my ED. So if I studied and I did it in the past, I'm gonna go back. This is when I did it, and I'm gonna study. So this is my paper. These are like my eyeballs looking at my paper, yeah? Can you study? All right, push. You know what that one is? Push, yeah? Push, good. Now teacher. So this is the word for teach, yeah? Here's teach, show me teach. Now put your hands down like this. Boop. Teach, person, yeah? Who is a person that teaches? What are they called? A teacher, very good. It's a teach person, a teacher, good job. Last, surprise. Can you close your eyes and go, surprise? Show me your surprise face. Ready, go. Yeah, fun. Okay, and last one, above. So put your object right here, and we're gonna go above, right? We're above whatever this is. Could be a rock, could be a book, anything. We're above. So you need to figure out which one of these pictures matches which one of these words. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. You can do that super fast. So if you remember, our learning target for social studies, for science yesterday was I am learning to describe different types of motion. Good. Can you repeat after me? I am learning to describe different types of motion. Now, we learned about a few different types. What is motion, though? What's motion? Am I doing motion right now? Can you show me a motion? Good. So we're going to talk about a couple types. Remember, we're going to talk about straight. We're going to talk about zigzag. We're going to talk about back and forth. And we're going to talk about around, okay? Those are the things we're going to talk about. Today, we're going to stick with two. We're going to talk about back and forth and around today. So you need to be on this page right now that says back and forth. Now, back and forth is a lot to do with a swing. Think about a swing. You sit on a swing and you go back and forth and back and forth, and it's that motion. Do I go like this in my swing? Up and back. No, unless you're going crazy and you decide to spin around, no, your swing will always go in a straight line forward and backwards. So let's read together. Some objects move back and forth. First, they move in one direction, and then they move in the opposite direction. A rocking chair moves back and forth when it rocks. Waves also move back and forth at the beach. Miss Gregory didn't even think about that one. Think about the beach. Have you been to the beach? If you haven't, that's okay. If maybe you've seen it in movies. So the water will come into the sand, and then where will it go? Back out. It doesn't go up onto the sand and stay there, or else we would never have a beach. So it goes up and back. It goes back and forth. Very good. And then the next one we're going to talk about is going in circles. So some objects move in a circle. This is called circular motion. Ferris wheels and merry-go-rounds are rides that move people in a circle. So think about that giant circle. Make your giant circle, yeah? And now think if you were going around the circle. Have you ever been on a merry-go-round or a carousel that goes in a circle at like a fair, or a big Ferris wheel? How about a clock? Does a clock go in a circle? Absolutely. What about a fan? A fan goes around in a circle too. So those are all circle motions. Okay, so today's work that you're going to do in science might be a little complicated because you have your pictures on this side, but you have your sort on this side, okay? So it might be a little tricky. What I would like you to do is to come up with little words for each of these. So under here, maybe you write chair, top, clock. Maybe this, you could just type around, or not really sure what these are called. This is like a hockey puck, a swing, a globe, a train, a runner, a wheel, a teeter-totter. It goes like this. It goes back and forth, yeah. And a ball, okay? So if you make up words for all of those, then you can come back to this page and you can tell me which one of them go in a straight motion. Remember, straight. Which one of them go back and forth? So they go here and then they come back, or they go down and then they come up, yeah? or a circular motion, so around, okay? So try your best on those. Some of them probably could go in two. So think about a ball, right? Think about a ball. If I throw a ball, is that ball going in a circle motion while I'm throwing it? It is, but is it also going straight? Yeah, so really I could put that in both. So try your best on that, okay? And I'd love to see you take a picture of that and send it to me so we can work on some more of those together. All right, you do have your social emotional learning work today, which is all about our feelings and our emotions and how we control them. So today we are talking about a challenge. A challenge is a time that maybe it was really hard for you and you couldn't do it the first time and you had to practice and practice and practice. Or maybe you came across a challenge and you were like, I don't know how to fix this challenge, right? So this is going to help us figure out how to be able to solve challenges. So your questions include asking a time when you felt challenged. I'm sure most of you can talk about a time in class where you sat there and you were like, oh my goodness, Miss Gregory, I don't know what you're talking about. I feel very challenged, okay? If that happened, how did you handle it? What'd you do about it? What'd you do? Did you raise your hand and ask a question? Did you keep practicing? All of those things are what you do about your challenges. And what could you have done better? Maybe you think, that one time in math class that I didn't know what I was doing, but I asked my neighbor. That's how I handled it. I asked my neighbor. Now, what could I have done better? I could have what? And I still didn't know what I was doing. I could have raised my hand and asked the teacher, right? So just what could you have done better is something you think that you could do better. Maybe you should study even more, study every night, yeah? Things like that. So that should not take you that long. Okay, we are doing a new learning target for math. So let me write this down on this board so you can see our learning target. What did we just get done talking about in math? Teach someone around you what we just got done talking about. What are all of those different shapes called? Do you remember what they're called? What was the square one called? A cube. What was the round one called? A sphere. How about the rectangle? A rectangular, what's it called? Prism. And how about the cylinder? Remember this one? Like the cylinder that has two flats and it goes around. And then our last one was a cone. So it's pointy at the top and it goes down and it has a very flat bottom. So I am now learning to, so those were all 3D shapes. We're going to talk about now, we're going to talk about 2D shapes. Now, 2D stands for two-dimensional. Can you say that? Two-dimensional. Two-dimensional. Two-dimensional shapes is, I'm just going to put 2D because dimensional can be a really long word. So we're just going to talk about 2D. So repeat after me. I am learning to describe 2D shapes. So this actually is going to be even easier for you than last week because you know your 2D shapes. You've been practicing a lot for those. 3D shapes are when it gets a little tricky. So let's look at this lesson and let's figure out what we are going to talk about today. We are doing pages 171. Is Gregory on the wrong page? Hold on a second. 171 and 172. Hold on a second. Okay, so we do have these not in the right order, at least my paper, okay? So we're going to be doing, starting with page 171. So can you find this page right here? Sorry, 671. Find 671. It looks just like this. It's got all the shapes at the top. All right? Once you found this page, give me a good thumbs up. All right, so our question on this page, it says, draw to sort the shapes. Write the sorting rule. Now look at all these shapes. Could I put them into two different groups? What two groups could I put them in? Let's look. I'm going to sort them into open and closed shapes, okay? So I'm going to make one side, I'm going to write open, O-P-E-N. And on the other side, I'm going to write closed, C-L-O-S-E-D, closed. Now, if you look at this shape, look, there's a spot missing. So this is an open shape. So I'm going to draw this one down here. I've got to keep a little open. Good. And now this one over here, did I connect all my lines? I did. So that's going to go over here in my closed. If I look at this one, Miss Gregory dropped her pen. If I look at this one over here, that one's closed too. So I'm going to draw that one. Oh, this one's closed. And this one's closed. Oh, how about this one? Nope, that one's not closed. Can you draw that one? Oh, and both of these are closed, yeah? So you're going to have lots of closed shapes and not a lot of open shapes, but that's okay. Is this correct? Is this how we draw our shapes? No, we got to close our shapes. If we got to have all of our sides connecting each other to make a full shape. Now, normally you turn and go to the next page, but we got to go back one. So it's on backwards. So go back one, and this is the page you need to be on. Sorry, my ink ran through a little bit, but it's now 672, okay? 672, we're going to talk about curves that are closed. We're going to talk about closed sides that have sides, right? And we're going to talk about closed shapes with vertices, okay? Now, a vertice is where two lines meet. So let's look at this first side, or how many vertices. So curved and closed shapes. Yep, so these are all curved, right? They're all round. These are your circles. They're curved and they're closed. Good. Triangles, closed shapes with how many sides? How many sides do triangles have? How many sides? Yeah, we know that. Triangles have 3 sides. Now, how many vertices, how many points do we have on our rectangles? How many points? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Does this have 4 as well? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they all have 4 vertices. Say vertices. Vertices. Show me your vertices. Yeah, it's where your two lines, what do? Meet. Good job. Okay, so down here, what we have to do, we have to read the rule. So it's going to tell us a rule, and then we have to pick all of the shapes that meet that rule, okay? So our first one, it says 4 vertices. So we need to come up with a shape that has 4 corners. So you need a circle. Sorry, I'm looking for a different pen. You need a circle all of the shapes that have 4 vertices. So look, does this shape have 4 vertices, our rectangle? Yep. How about our 2 squares? Yep. How about these triangles? Do they have 4 vertices? No. So you need to just circle the shapes that follow the rule. So those are my 3 shapes that follow my 4 vertices rule. All right. Our next rule, oh, we can go down here. Oh, this is 2. Is not curved. Not curved. Now, is this curved? Yeah. Is this curved? No. How about this one? Nope. This one? Nope. Is this curved? Yes. And how about this one? Nope. So I'm going to circle both of those circles because they are not curved. Oh, Miss Gregory is going crazy. You know, you cross out those circles. Are those circles curved? Absolutely. We need to pick the ones that are not curved. Now listen, Miss Gregory makes mistakes just like you. I forgot about this not part. We want the ones that are not curved. So go ahead and circle all of those squares, all of those triangles. Yeah, sorry, Miss Gregory's page is going to look all crazy now. Okay, now last one, second to last one, only 3 sides. Which one has only 3 sides? Yep, I see this one has 3 sides. This one has 3 sides. I'm going to circle those 2. How about these ones? Those all have 4 sides. How many sides does this have? 0. All right, last one. more than 3 sides. So now I have to, remember, read question right, more than. So it's got to have about 4 sides. Which one of these has 4 sides? Here's one that has 4. Here's another with 4. Here's another with 4. I'm going to circle those 3 because my triangles only have how many sides? 3. Okay, so again, your work that you need to do today is actually pages 676 and 673. Let me make sure that is correct. Let me go to the beginning of Miss Gregory's packet. 673 to 676. All right. I want you to complete this page right here, this on your own, and then this page right here today. So page 676 and page 673. Those are the 2 pages you're going to do today, all right? And then you are all done with your work today, okay? So make sure you think about those 2D shapes. I want you to go around your house and I want you to find 2D shapes everywhere. So is this a 2D shape? Is this a 2D rectangle? No, because I can touch all of its sides. So that would not be a 2D rectangle. How about this circle right here? Can I pick up that circle and feel it? No, so this circle is a 2D circle. Very good. Okay, so we are all done for the day. I hope you have an amazing, amazing Tuesday, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.